Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about period hacks. I did a poll on my Instagram and I wanted to see if you guys wanted to hear about my period hacks, what I do during my period, how I help manage pain and PMS, and all of the fun stuff that happens when you're a lady. So if you guys aren't already following me on Instagram, I will link it up here for you guys so you guys can check that out. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe down below, you guys, so you can see all of the health topics I'm talking about, essential oils, all of the fun stuff. So with all of that said, let's dive into my period hacks for you guys. So the first thing I want to share with you guys, which I've talked about before on my channel, is using a product that's called Evening Primrose Oil. So this is the Natural Factors brand. So Evening Primrose Oil is basically a high fatty content supplement. So it has omega-3 and omega-6, and it's got linoleic acid, which is really good for hormone balancing. So I recommend, if you guys are struggling with like PMS or sore boobs or acne or any of the pre-menstrual period stuff that happens when you're expecting your lovely friend of the month visitor, then I would recommend taking this every single day. I find this helps significantly with the amount of like PMS I have, the amount of breast tenderness. It doesn't really overly help with like my acne, and everyone's body is kind of different. So what I say works for me might not work for you, but everyone kind of responds a different way. This helps my cramps be less intense and less worse. I still get them pretty bad. I've always been that kind of person where mine are crazy bad. But it does take the edge off slightly for me for cramps as well. So you basically take, depending on the dosage and the size of the gel capsule you buy, you can take anywhere from 2 to 3 a day. For me, I take 2 a day, and you do this all month long, so it builds into your body. So I take it all month long until my period starts, and then I don't take it while my period is happening. That's just my personal preference, because it does cause your uterus to contract and stuff like that, so you don't want to be taking it during, or if you're pregnant or anything like that. So that's kind of my Evening Primrose little hack I like to use. If you are having any type of premenstrual stuff going on, then it's definitely a good thing to add into your daily habits and routine, because it does make a difference and it does help. And it does help to just naturally balance your hormones. It's a natural way of doing it from the inside. So that is Evening Primrose Oil. So the next thing that is super important, you guys, and you're going to hear me sound like a broken record every time I talk about this, but your diet is so important. And I know it's really hard to not eat shitty when you're PMSing and when you're hormonal. It's okay to give in to those indulgences. I know I do it too, but just be conscious of the fact that all of the bad food you decide to put in your body, so I'm talking about like sugar, high salt, high fat, processed foods, things that you crave that are not good for you when your period is due, are the things that are going to cause you to have more pain and more cramps and more discomfort that's going on, because it's actually counteractive of what your body is needing. So you need to nourish your body with whole foods, with natural foods, with fruits and vegetables. So a few things that are good before your period: obviously up the ante on your water intake, because a lot of us ladies get super bloated and can have bloating caused by your period starting or have it during your period. So upping that water intake is really important to help flush out that bloat and that salt retention that you get in your body, and also eliminating salty foods. So I try to get in the habit of eliminating salty foods and bad foods about a week and a half prior to my period. I'm not gonna lie to you guys that I totally get caught up in eating some chocolate and eating some junk food, because your body just craves it, and sometimes you just gotta listen to your body. But if you're literally dying every month and you're in so much pain, or you're like a total crazy person, then you need to start looking at those things and maybe pulling back on some of the indulgences that you're having, because those things all add up to giving you more cramps and pain and discomfort, bloating, all of that fun stuff during your period. And like, of course, I said, up the ante on your water. Also drinking a lot of tea. I find tea is like my go-to when I actually have my period. Like, I drink so much tea. It's just like, it's comforting, it's soothing, it's just like relaxing to have. So like, upping tea and water intake as well as your diet is super important. So that's kind of the pre-period starting ramble of what I do and what I find helps. But moving into the pain portion, all of the icky stuff that you don't want to talk about, that we don't want to talk about, we're gonna talk about, you guys. So for getting through your period, I personally use a number of tools. So my biggest one is make sure you're wearing the comfiest clothes possible. Don't wear restricting clothes, don't wear tight clothes, because it's just going to make you feel more bloated and more like uncomfortable and more in pain. So like find something comfy to wear, a nice cozy sweater, your house coat, your PJs. If you can be home, hopefully that's the way that it falls for you. But if you're at work, then just do the best you can with the wardrobe that you have at work. So being super comfy is super, super key. I'm, like I said, I'm one of those girls who's like dying the entire time. Like I literally spent all this Saturday glued to the couch because I get the worst cramps. I need to lay horizontally. Like I literally cannot even stand up. So like my cramps get significantly worse with gravity. So gravity creates more pressure in your body when you're standing upright. So it will create more pressure on your pelvic floor. So for me, I need to like do nothing, have no movement, nothing. And there's studies that show that it's really good to like move and like get active and like exercise while you have your period. I am like the total opposite. Like I cannot do anything. Like it hurts to even like sit. So for me, laying down is the key, watching TV all day, being in comfy clothes. And let me show you my best friend for this entire endeavor, my heat pad. This is my heat pad. I used to use the old-fashioned way of using a hot water bottle, you guys, and I don't know what I was doing in my life, getting up and down and having to heat up your kettle and then pour hot water in it and then having to redo it every hour. What was I doing with my life? I got this baby. It's a heat pad. It has the buttons. It has all the heat settings. It's amazing. I bought it from Shoppers Drug Mart. It was like $40. You guys, like I'm telling you, it like literally changed your life. If you're dying, you can use it on your back, you can use it on your abdomen, you can use it anywhere. It's great for sore muscles when you're having sore muscles, when you're not on your period. Like I'm just telling you, if you don't have one of these and you're dying every month, this is the best thing. And it's gotten to the point so badly where like I literally take it to work with me. Like if I have that girl time happen when I'm like at work in the week, it's coming with me to work and it's on my chair at work. So definitely invest in one of these if you guys don't have one. They are like a godsend of life because I could not live without mine at all. But of course, if you don't have one, you don't have money to invest in one, just buy a hot water bottle, fill it up with the kettle. It does the same trick, it's just not as consistent. Or have a hot bath. I really like to have a hot bath when I do have my period. Throw some Epsom salts in there, throw some essential oils in there, and oh, it's just bliss. Like doing a hot bath makes you feel so much better and takes away like that constant pain that you're having, and like you just feel shitty when you have your period. Like you just feel like a bag of crap. Like you're in pain, you're bloated, you're breaking out, like you just feel like ugh. Like I don't know about you guys, but like I feel terrible. I feel terrible. So make sure that you are taking time to cherish and take care of your body because it needs some loving during this time. And then moving into my final period hack, obviously you guys can be using Advil or Tylenol or whatever you find that helps work for your pain. I've always had a really, really high pain during my periods. I've never been able to use Advil or Tylenol or like extra strength, anything. Like nothing works for my body. Like I've tried Midol for like PMS. I've tried all of these things that doctors recommend and doctors say to use, but none of it works for me. And I really try to live a holistic, healthy lifestyle where I don't put chemicals in my body. So I'm a huge believer in holistic health, so I use essential oils. As you guys probably had guessed, essential oils are my life. So I use essential oils to combat my cramps and my pain, and I literally could not live without them. They are so freaking amazing, and they help so much with pain management. So my go-to essential oil would be clary sage. Clary sage is the woman's blend. It is great for hormone balancing, for pain, for cramps. Like it's just, if I didn't have it, I would be in more pain than I actually am in currently. So I use my clary sage. I use majoram, is another one that I found that has been really, really amazing for pain. There's so many beautiful essential oils that can help manage pain. So majoram is kind of my go-to. I made a blend with majoram, lavender, Roman chamomile, bergamot, and rosemary. So I put it into a roller ball. I made it just with a few drops of each essential oil, and then I put fractionated coconut oil in the rest of it here so you guys can see that. And it's just a blend that I use when I roll it on my abdomen when I'm having cramps. It is so amazing, and these essential oils are pretty much like my go-to for like managing pain and helping with muscle spasms. You can do more research yourself into essential oils that are great for that, but like these are pretty much the main ones. Jasmine's also really good for pain. Rose essential oils. There's quite a few that are really good. Be sure that you're using a high quality certified pure therapeutic grade essential oil. You don't want to be putting just like any oil right on your skin. Make sure that you get the education properly, and if you guys have questions, of course comment below. Let me know if you guys need some tips and tricks on how to apply essential oils and how to use them. I can do a whole other video on that if you guys want to see that. But just make sure you're doing the right dosages and the right amounts so you don't hurt yourself, because you definitely don't want to hurt yourself. You want to help yourself because you're in pain and your Shark Week is killing you. So those are my go-to essential oils. I literally like just roll them on non-stop. It's a non-stop process when I have my period because I am in pain and dying. So those are my go-tos. And of course, I had mentioned this earlier in the video, cherishing your body. So I'm a huge believer that this is something that we are naturally meant to go through, but it's also very hard on your body. Your body is going through a lot. Your uterus is contracting and it's bleeding and it's just shutting your lining, and it's all of these non-pretty things that are happening. So it's really, really important to cherish your body, take care of your body, love your body during this process, because it is doing something that's pretty magical and pretty amazing. And I really believe, like, listen to how you feel and don't force yourself to do something that you can't do or that you don't want to do. Just like really like listen to your inner self and be like, okay, like I'm just gonna sit here and die. Like Saturday I was like, I am going to sit on the couch and die all day, and nobody can tell me any different because I am dying. I put on chick flicks, I made tea, hot water bottle, I was wearing this comfy sweater, and I was like, this is all I'm doing all day. And it was amazing. It helps make everything so much better. And then the final thing I'll talk about is what I use for period products. So I recently got on the Diva cup bandwagon probably about 6 months ago, which has been honestly a life changer in so many ways, because you're not constantly changing tampons out and changing pads out. It's been a blessing in so many ways. But if you are diving down that road, comment below if you guys want me to make a video on this. But it is a challenging thing to understand and to learn and to put inside your body, so it's not been an easy feat, and sometimes I just get super annoyed with it and I'm like, screw you Diva cup, I'm putting a tampon in because it's just so much easier. So I use my Diva cup probably 90% of the time. Sometimes I use tampons. I use Tampax Pearl. I love that brand the most, but I try to get away from those types of products because they are bleached with chemicals and there's toxins in them, and they're really not good things to be putting in your most delicate areas. So if you can opt for an organic, more natural tampon, then I would opt for there's a few brands like Natura Care is one, and there's a few other ones that are pretty good. But I just always have Tampax loaded in my cupboard, like an endless supply for some reason. And then I use tampons if I'm not using my Diva cup, and then I use panty liners just for like the extra catch, and I pretty much use panty liners the entire time because, you know, everything leaks. It's like inevitable. Like you can't just it can't be perfect. It can't be perfect. So yeah, that's the products I use, you guys. The tips and tricks on all of the things that help manage pain and PMS and periods, because we all know it's just not that great of a time. So with that all said, I hope you guys can take some tips and tricks from this video and apply them to your period routine. And be sure to like this video, subscribe down below, you guys, and happy period Shark Week, because I feel you, girl. I feel ya. So thanks so much for watching this video, you guys. I'm gonna press on my day. I'm gonna drink my green smoothie, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.